We are a couple of days away, I think at least, from the NBA dropping the full schedule for the upcoming season. Do I really care about that? Not overly. It's funny because I have a Bleacher Report stream set for Thursday, I think, where I'm supposed to do a win-loss prediction going over the entire Dallas Mavericks schedule. I'm going to tell you right now, that's not what we will be doing on that stream. That's absolutely insane to me. But we do have some NBA schedule news. We know who's playing on opening night. That'll be the Knicks at the Celtics. First game of the season, October 22nd on TNT. And then the Timberwolves at the Lakers. So those are your two opening night games. That's typically how it goes. Opening night on TNT, you get two games. It's typically the champions from the year before get their ring night. And yeah, the Lakers, that makes sense. Knicks Celtics is a good one, though. That's a good one. We knew the Celtics were going to get a home game on this night. Just the most obvious thing. Some people said Mavs at Celtics. They weren't going to do that. That would have been nuts, in my opinion. But Knicks at Celtics is good and fun. I mean, that could be an Eastern Conference Finals preview. This is what the Knicks have built their team to beat the Celtics, basically, and we get to see it on opening night. Should be an absolute blast. And obviously the Celtics get their rings. So that should be fun. Timberwolves at Lakers. So the Lakers get an opening night game. Obviously, we talked about this a little bit when we talked about the Christmas Day schedule. Just from a pure basketball perspective, the Lakers, I mean, they're going to be okay. They're going to be okay. They're going to be a play-in team. They're going to be a play-in team, probably. Timberwolves should be fun. Them getting an opening night game, I think, is fun. They were in the Western Conference Finals a year ago, obviously. Lost in 5 games. That's neither here nor there. They did make the conference finals. Anthony Edwards is being positioned by the NBA to be one of the faces of the league following the retirement of guys like LeBron and Steph Curry. So it makes sense. It makes sense that the Lakers get a game. You know, it has to be a West Coast team. So you're between the Lakers, the Clippers, who are going to be shit. The Kings, sorry, no offense, no way. Could have gone with Phoenix. Could have gone with Denver. Portland? Jazz versus Portland on opening night? That would have been sick. Can you imagine if that's what it was? The reaction on Twitter? If it was Knicks at Celtics, ring night, really big matchup. That's a lot of fun. Jazz versus Trailblazers. So did the Mavericks get disrespected? I've seen a lot of people say that. Should the Mavericks be playing on ring night? I mean, on opening night. It could be Hornets in Brooklyn. It could be like a fun idea if it was opening night is going to be the two teams from the finals the year before. Each get a home game on opening night. Now, you run into some problems there with time zones and stuff. Could be a fun little idea. Mavs should have had an opening night. I didn't really expect the Mavericks to be on opening night, to be honest with you. And I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I would want their first game of the season to be at home. And if you think about it, if the Celtics, let's just say the Celtics game starts at 6 Eastern, that means the Mavs game local time would have to start at 8:30 or even 9. Like, that would be trash. That would be trash. Why does this fan base realize that the rest of the country does not like watching Luka play basketball? That's an interesting little part too. That Luka's a very popular player. I would say that the rest of the country doesn't like watching Luka play basketball, but I don't think he's quite the draw that a lot of people inside the Mavs fan base think he is. Like, LeBron and the Lakers are always going to have priority over the Mavs just when the league is looking to milk some ratings. The Warriors will always have priority. The Knicks will have priority. The Celtics will have priority. Mavs versus Lakers, Celtics versus Thunder on opening night would be crazy. I like Knicks at Celtics. That's a good one. I'm okay with that. I mean, Timberwolves Lakers is pretty fun, though. And I know deep down what the NBA is hoping for when by putting the Lakers on opening night. You know the angle that they're going for here. The angle that they're going for is the Bronny James, Bronny LeBron. They want this historic moment to happen on opening night. Now the question is, do the Lakers give into the pressure and do it? Do they say, no matter what, Bronny, you're going to get some minutes here on opening night? How great if Bronny was on that Olympic team. You want to know what popped into my brain? I mentioned this on my playback stream during the gold medal game. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you ask me how surprised would I be if LeBron is on the 2028 Olympic roster, my answer would be an 8. It'd be surprised, but it wouldn't be like a, oh my, I can't believe this level of surprised. What if LeBron in 2028 is like, I'll play on the Olympic team. I'm LeBron James. You better say yes to me. My son has to be on it. LeBron, your son hasn't been in the NBA in 3 years. This is a little ridiculous. No, he has to be on it. Slightly, are those shirts still not sent out yet? The Unblocked Slightly shirts? They've all been sent out. Every Unblocked Slightly shirt has been sent. Have you not gotten yours? Here's some Dallas Mavericks centered news. Klay Thompson's first return trip to the Bay Area, November 12th on TNT when the Mavericks visit the Warriors at Chase Center. So I misread this when it first came out, and I thought this was an opening. I thought this was the Mavericks' first game of the season, and I was actually upset by that. That their first game of the season is a West Coast trip in Golden State. But this will be fun early in the season. November 12th on TNT. He'll get a huge ovation, obviously. I mean, he didn't really leave there. It's the in-season tournament. Is it really? Okay, cool. Interesting. Any news or updates into what they're going to be doing for the courts? Are they going to be revisiting those courts, or what's going to be the deal there? All right, if you didn't get yours, Sevens, then DM me on Twitter or something. I did get one return to sender package. It could be yours. I wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors fans booed him. No, they're not going to boo him. Klay's not getting booed. He's not getting booed. Absolutely not. It's going to be emotional. It's going to be a good amount of fun. Now, it's going to feel a little bit fucking goofy if the Mavericks have some stupid-ass jersey on and the Warriors have some stupid-ass jersey on a neon yellow court because it's the in-season tournament. Like, that would feel a little stupid. Klay Thompson's big return. The court's purple. What a great moment. The Mavs are wearing a graffiti jersey. The Warriors have their piss-stained jerseys. Was that this past year that the Warriors had those ugly-ass jerseys? The PP-stained jerseys? It's just so bad. So bad. Honestly, no. These are not cool. No. They literally, it looks like somebody peed in their pants. These are cool. These are not them. These are cool. These are cool. These are not cool. The Mavs couldn't even use the court because the three-point line was off. And what's actually a shame is the Mavericks court was actually pretty cool. So that should be fun to watch. November 12th, Klay Thompson returned to Golden State. Have you talked about Jamarion Sharp yet? What is there to talk about? Another notable NBA opener. Milwaukee Bucks at Philadelphia 76ers on October 23rd. Should I watch this?
Some NBA news to share with us, Shams?
We just got this. So I put out the Christmas Day schedule the other day, but opening night of the 2024-2025 season on October 22nd, according to my sources, Knicks at Celtics for ring night. Yes. Shout out Boston Connor. Yes. So Knicks at Celtics is ring night on October 20th. At Celtics is ring night on October 22nd.
So somebody who watches this show regularly, please fill me in. I never understand why there's 9 people in the background. Why are there so many? It's not just Pat McAfee's show. Most shows like this, there's like such a large cast. What is the reasoning for that? It's what makes it fun. All right, I mean, if you say so, I don't watch.
And then the second game that night, hear this: Timberwolves at Lakers. That is the opening night schedule. Knicks at Celtics, Timberwolves at Lakers. And you think about, for Anthony Edwards, 2 primetime slots in the NBA calendar, major slots in the NBA calendar. You get opening night, and then you get Christmas Day. The Timberwolves obviously on the rise. Victor Wembanyama also going to get a Christmas Day game this year. And then we know about the Sixers. Them getting Paul George. They're also going to be one of the opening games on ESPN, October 23rd, against the Bucks. They're going to host the Bucks on October 23rd.
I just still can't believe he could say fuck on ESPN. I don't remember when we were watching that clip, but it blew my mind.
There are a few other notable games. November 12th, Klay Thompson goes back to the Bay, goes back to the
Okay.
So that'll be another notable game. And then the NBA Finals rematches. Mavericks, Celtics, in
That's just that's an insane thing. Mavericks Celtics Finals rematch, January 25th in Dallas, February 6th in Boston. So pretty close together, pretty close to the trade deadline. No, he's not saying F on ESPN. This segment is streaming straight to YouTube. Oh, wait, what? So should Woj be worried that Shams is stepping on his ESPN territory? Yeah, it's a little weird that Shams is on an ESPN show. Am I the only one that couldn't care less about the finals rematch? It wasn't a good series. It just wasn't. It was not a fun or entertaining series. So there's no real like beef or bad blood or anything. Maybe this will give Kyrie a nice chance to exercise some of his demons, because they're going to be giving him a lot of shit in Boston still. February 6th is the trade deadline day. So this game is on the trade deadline. I think that all sports, and this is really only for sports that play games every day, so MLB, NBA, NHL, the trade deadline should be an off day. It should just be a league-wide, nobody's playing today. Such a strange day. You can make up for it. Like, there's just so much interest in the trades themselves. Then have the trade deadline be like at 7 p.m. and there could be a huge primetime special. But it's just weird and wonky vibes. Didn't the Mavs play the Knicks on trade deadline last year, or was it the day after the trade deadline and their team was like gone? So the Mavs play on trade deadline day in Boston. Interesting. We know the Mavericks are usually booked and busy at the trade deadline. I'm hoping this year is actually not a busy trade deadline for the Mavs. The last 2 years have been really big. Trading for Kyrie, obviously. The last 3 years, really. Trading away KP, trading for Kyrie, giving up 2 firsts, essentially, for PJ and Gafford. And those all kind of came out of desperation in a lot of ways. All 3 of those trade deadlines were kind of, I don't want to say acts of desperation because they were good moves, but the Mavs really needed some changes. I'm hoping this year, I talked about this on a Locked On. I don't know if it's the one that's came out yet or the one that's coming out in a couple days, but I just hope the Mavericks are a good start to the season. There's not like this desperate need for shakeup in February. I'm sure they'll make a move because they're one of the busiest teams in the NBA when it comes to transactions. The Los Angeles Clippers are slated to open their new Intuit Dome for the first regular season game on October 23rd, hosting the Phoenix Suns. That should be fun. I'm interested in this stadium. They built an entire basketball arena with the idea of the fan experience being at the forefront, or so they say. And it looks really interesting. I'm excited to see what it looks like. Now, it's just unfortunate the Clippers are probably not going to be a very fun basketball team this upcoming season. But I'm still interested to see what the stadium looks like. So that's what we know right now for the NBA schedule. We have our opening night games, which is the Knicks at the Celtics. That's a fun game. Timberwolves at Lakers. You know, the Lakers it's the Lakers. It's LeBron. The league is going to milk that while they can. Who knows how much longer it's got. And Anthony Edwards is, a future face of the NBA. So it makes sense. The Mavs are disrespected.